Julysses Nobles back in the starting lineup. Madrakas Wade, the only player to start every game for Arkansas. Meanwhile, for Mississippi State, it is senior day, and that means DeBost and Brian Bryant will be playing their final regular season home game. Perhaps Arnett Moultrie's last game as well, as the junior certainly with aspirations of hoops to the next level. This is a game that is a very important one at a lot of levels, particularly for Mississippi State. As you look at Renardo Sidney and DeBost, a couple of final words of encouragement. Great crew today. Tony Green, Mike Nance, and Ron Groover.
Arkansas is going to open up in the man-to-man defense. Pretty good matchup. Nobles good defensively, guarding Bost out front.
Sidney inside the post will kick it back out to DeBost. Bost averaging 15.8 points a game.
Nice job by Sanchez to turn him away as he tried to turn that corner.
Here's Moultrie off to steal. Jalen, shot clock down to 7. DeBost off the front of the rim. Good box out by the Hogs. Nobles just kind of moved Moultrie out of the way.
Well, they kept Bost out of the middle, didn't they? He tried to penetrate twice into that free throw lane, and they wouldn't let him in there.
Marvell Waite got bumped. No whistle.
It's only appropriate that Moultrie would grab the first rebound of the evening.
He's only averaging 10.7 a game.
Only man in the SEC to average a double-double. He has been outstanding.
First shot won't go down. Rebound to Sanchez. Sanchez with that tape on his right shoulder. Banged it up a couple of weeks ago in Athens. Missed some time. But back on the floor the last couple of games. Scott's shot in and out.
Sidney coming off of a 35-minute performance against South Carolina. That's the second time this year he's played 35 minutes. The other was Georgia.
It's a lot of minutes for Renardo. It's either foul trouble or he's just flat out tired. That's a lot of minutes for Renardo. Box to the basket. That won't go, but guess who's there? Arnett Moultrie.
By Wade to come around that screen down there by Sanchez. Got it.
Madrakas Wade, he leads the Southeastern Conference in three-point percentage at 47%. Buries a deep three. I think Mississippi State can live with those kind of shots.
Absolutely. But not from him.
Right.
From everybody else.
Here's Moultrie working on Wade. Dumps it to Sidney. Renardo gets in on the action.
Dave, that's a combination that should have been operating all season long in this club. Moultrie and Sidney.
Couldn't agree with you more. That could have been a dynamic, spectacular duo. Speaking of dynamic, good shot by Ricky Scott. You know, I think when this season started, Larry, that's what everybody was talking about. That combination of Moultrie and Sidney and how effective it could be. And while they had their moments, it just didn't play out like I think a lot of people expected, including their head coach.
I think part of it had to do with the players not knowing exactly what kind of player Moultrie was, but they found out very quickly how good he was.
Well, we knew how good this team could be. There are plays like that throughout the season that made you think this club could do a lot of damage.
And actually, they were playing well right up through the end of January, and then they lost those 5 games in a row in February, and then came back with that win against South Carolina to kind of slow down the bleeding.
Nobles off the mark. Rebound to Moultrie, off to DeBost.
What's that, 3 rebounds already for Moultrie?
How about Mississippi State? 3 players have already scored.
There's that crossover out front. Sidney faked the screen and rolled.
Good pass inside. How about we played 4 minutes and 4 seconds without a whistle? That's a rarity. This is not the high-flying act of the Bulldogs here at the Hump. SEC College Basketball is brought to you in part by Motel 6 and by Toyota. SEC College Basketball is brought to you in part by Motel 6 and by Toyota. Back inside Humphrey Coliseum, Dave Neal, Larry Conley. Mississippi State up a point over Arkansas. And what is the 53rd meeting between these two clubs? Arkansas leads at 28-24, and you look at the Hogs, and certainly this is a club that looked like they were headed for the NCAA tournament, and then they just fell upon some hard times. They have lost 6 of 8 games. They did pick up a road win last weekend, but 1-8 overall away from Bud Walton. Mike Anderson trying to put all the pieces together. Rick Stansberry's been here 14 years. He is the 9th winningest coach in SEC history.
Just means he's getting old. Now, he'll call me about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the phone and say, okay, all right, how old are you? Pretty old.
Moultrie's numbers, very impressive. And he converts at the line. Arnett Moultrie, a really good foul shooter at 77% for a guy that's been there 143 times this year.
I'll tell you what, when you play down low as much as he does and you get fouled as much as he does, you better learn to shoot free throws, and he has, and he does it well.
Good ball fake by Wade. Kick it back out to Nobles. He'll step inside and got pushed. Well, you be the judge at home.
A little bit of a shove, right? He may have gotten bossed a little bit. He pushed off with that outside arm.
And then
I think D just returned the favor, that's all.
Noble stepped on Boss' foot. You can see he's kind of hobbling off. It looks like he might have twisted that ankle, did Nobles, when he stepped on D's foot. B.J. Young on the floor. What a great look inside to Sanchez.
Boy, that was a great pass. Young once again delivering the pass.
B.J. Young, 66 assists. Now 67 assists to 67 turnovers. That'll be something he'll probably focus in on in his sophomore season. Moultrie, good ball fake.
How clever is he? I mean, great grab. Didn't take it up and try to challenge all the defensive players he had on that side. Went to the other side.
Wade misses. There's Young inside for the offensive rebound. B.J. Young leads his team with 15 points a game and gets his first 2. He's just a shot maker.
Dave, he has such a great menu of shots, but he's also just a good all-around player. I mean, I think he's really good on the defensive end, too. I've watched him play some good defense this season.
One-point lead by the Bulldogs. There's Sidney inside. Sanchez comes over to try to take it out of his hands.
You know, Mike Anderson at the shoot-around today told me, he says, we have got to contain Moultrie and Sidney down inside. So far, they've been unsuccessful.
Wade fires. Moultrie another rebound. 4 of those for Arnett.
Is it just by acclamation? Does everybody just give it up to him?
Steal, good look, a little too strong. Scott pushes the tempo. Wade hit from that spot a minute ago and then moves his pivot foot. Good defense by Steele. Forces the turnover. Substitutions on the floor for Arkansas. Rashad Madden comes onto the floor. Hunter Mickelson onto the floor. Brandon Mitchell also checks in. Wendell Lewis for Mississippi State. And our first look at Rodney Hood, the freshman who about 10 days ago banged up his knee a little bit.
Got hurt against Kentucky. Did not play against Alabama and just played limited minutes against South Carolina the other day.
They hope he can be good for 25-30 minutes today. Hood out of Meridian, Mississippi, swings it around to Steele. And Mickelson with 7 on the shot clock with a hold on Arnett Moultrie, 25 feet away from the basketball.
Well, there are different ways to guard Moultrie. That's one of them. Just simply grab him and don't let him get to the ball.
Keep him away from the painted area, right? Home a 3, his 69th three-pointer of the year.
Does so much for this club. Leads the conference in assists. A good three-point shooter. Good defender.
Madden answers back. Nice little fall away from about 17 feet. Bulldogs by 4.
Those good freshmen I think Arkansas is going to look to depend on. Mike Anderson very pleased with his freshman class this year.
Moultrie. Mike Nance says it was touched by Arkansas.
Go back and take a look again. Just flip the ball into the hands of the guy that's been doing it for you for 4 years. DeBost right on the edge.
Mike Anderson about to lose it on that far sideline. He didn't think anybody touched it on his club. Mike Nance said it was touched. Tony Green comes over. And he and Mike Nance have a little chat. And eventually it'll belong to Arkansas. Pull-up jumper.
Boss got a little lost on defense that time. He got screened and was about a step and a half late over there, and you can't do that against Ricky Scott. He's got a good mid-range jumper. He's not very good from beyond the arc, but pretty good from about 12 to 15 feet.
Here's Hood, defended by Madden. Off to Bost. A lot of contact. Here's Young to Scott to Mitchell.
Nice.
Woo! That's big time fast break basketball.
Yes, sir. That was 2 terrific passes. Ricky Scott right in the middle of it, and give Young credit for getting it started.
It took all of about 3 seconds for them to get down the floor. That's the kind of basketball Arkansas had hoped to play all season long, and maybe next year that's what you'll see for 30 games. There's a foul on the inside as Mitchell comes over and some contact on Arnett Moultrie. Good looking fast break, and the quarterback on the football team throws it down.
Bulldog fans this season, the Texaco Fan Camp will select one lucky winner per game to win a $50 Texaco gift card. People who Bulldogs trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco and Tegron. Show your spirit.
You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. You know you make me wanna.
Congratulations to today's winner, a $50 gift card from Texaco. Texaco, a proud sponsor of Bulldog basketball. With Marlo Boyles, Katie Thomas, Kara Robinson, and Zach Kelly, please make your way along those stairs to World Less. You've been selected to participate in the halftime promotion. Marlo Boyles, Katie Thomas, Kara Robinson, and Zach Kelly, please make your way to the bottom of World Less.
15-15 here in Starkville, Mississippi, as the Bulldogs lead Arkansas here in the first half. Let's go back and look at PIP. Points in the paint, right inside. DeBost leads the way. Good layup, and you get the ball to Sidney down underneath. He knows what to do with it. The guy that gets the most done with it is that man, Arnett Moultrie. Sidney comes right back again. Mike Anderson talked about trying to contain these two big guys down inside. I said they were unsuccessful so far, but then not many people have been able to stop both of them when they're ready to go. Points in the paint already, State with 10.
Well, Larry, tied at 15, and we're not quite on the clip we were on the first time these two clubs met in Fayetteville when it finished up 98-88. Part of the reason that these clubs are 11th and 12th in opponents' points per game. Arkansas gives up 69.4 points per game. That's dead last in the league. On the flip side, Mississippi State's yielding almost 67 a game as Moultrie knocks down the free throw.
You know, it's kind of interesting, and following up on that theme, I was asking Rich Stansbury yesterday. He is just very unhappy the way his defense was this year. He didn't feel like his guys really gave him the best effort. And I asked Mike Anderson, who, I mean, their club leads at turning everybody over. I mean, they're really good, of course. You know. What a block. Good lead pass.
Lewis fouled by Nobles. Well, there's a little bit of defense for you, Larry.
You bet. Let's go back to where the starting gate is. Watch inside. Mitchell tried to dunk it again. He got up there. He just didn't have the ball. Oh, what a great block down inside. And then Mississippi State got it to the other end. They didn't get the basket, but they got Lewis a chance for a couple of free throws.
Wendell Lewis knocks down the first free throw, and that's news in itself. Just a 44% foul shooter on the year. How about that?
Did pretty good on both of those.
Four-point Bulldog lead. Mississippi State shooting 58%. Arkansas at 50%. Here comes Hood back the other way.
That was a great save that time down inside. Hood right there to grab it.
Here's Bill Smith. Freshman out of Jackson, Mississippi. Working the point. Pull-up jumper, left it short. Big sequence here for Arkansas without DeBost on the floor. Chance for them to maybe make some hay here. But Mississippi State up +4 since Bost went to the bench.
Good screen by Mickelson. He's right back there in the same position again.
And a foul against the Bulldogs. DeVille Smith. DeBost, it's a rarity to see him on the bench as he leads the conference in minutes played.
For most of the year, he and Hood and Moultrie led this league in minutes played. Good pass.
Mickelson. The follow goes down.
Well, there's a good look down the inside. B.J. Young once again delivering the pass. Mickelson just finished it up with a good offensive rebound. I think Mickelson's going to be good, Dave. I've watched him all season long, and he has gotten a little bit better as the season's gone along. He can add 30 more pounds like he did the first 2 months that he came to school. He'll be all right.
Good catch by Hood. To the corner it goes. Smith kicks it out to Bryant. Bobbled the pass. Mickelson might have got the block, and the tap goes down. Arnett Moultrie. Moultrie with 8 points. We'll take a break. Sidney back on the floor. DeBoss back on the floor.
I just really like that combination Rick Stansbury has when he's got both Moultrie and Sidney in there, and they're playing at a pretty good level. Moultrie's been consistent all season long. I can't say the same for Sidney, but when he shows up and really plays well, boy, they're pretty good.
Hard to stop. There's no question that the talent is there. The southpaw Hood misses. Mickelson the rebound. B.J. Young looking for that shot, working on Boss inside. Sidney swats it out of there. Here come the Bulldogs. Up ahead. Lewis with a flush.
Good pass by Brian Bryant that time. Found Lewis streaking on the other side. Mississippi State widening that lead.
Arkansas wants a timeout. 6-point lead by the Bulldogs.
How about Sidney? He came to play today on senior day. Good look forward by Bryant. Found a welcoming pass. Went right into the hands of Lewis.
Bernardo Sidney averaging 10 points, a little over 5 rebounds a game. Coming up at halftime on our State Farm halftime report, we'll go around the SEC because a lot of games determining who will be the top 4. Well, we know the top seed is Kentucky. After that, it's still up in the air. We'll also go back and look at some first half highlights.
Would you call this must-win weekend? For a lot of teams in the SEC, it is a must-win weekend.
You know, the way the dynamics are playing out, I mean, there's a chance Tennessee could finish as high as second if things play out the right way in the regular season standings.
How about the job Conzo Martin has done this year? His club has really come on.
Here's Mitchell in the corner. Dumps it inside to Mickelson, or tried to. It almost went in.
Form wasn't very good on that shot.
8 minutes to go, opening half. Here's DeBoss. Gives crossover on Mitchell. Kicks it to Hood. Boss there for the offensive rebound. He'll fire. That won't go, and Scott the rebound.
Mississippi State doing a nice job of getting back on defense. Arkansas hasn't been able to get a good break.
Sidney picks the pocket of Mickelson. Travel. Boss out of the corner of his eye saw Mickelson coming his way and took the extra step. It's a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs on senior day here in Starkville. SEC college basketball is brought to you in part. SEC college basketball is brought to you in part by Acura, by O'Charlie's, and by Regions Bank. Back inside Humphrey Coliseum, 23-17. The Bulldogs lead the Razorbacks. Time for our Toyota trivia question of the afternoon. Arnett Moultrie leads the SEC with those 17 double-doubles. Who holds the SEC record for double-doubles in a season?
I would challenge you on this, except that I already know the answer because it was given to me earlier, and I got to tell you, I was shocked. Is that good enough tease?
Yeah. Is it is one of them from LSU? No? You're not going to give me anything.
I'm not giving you anything.
Nicholson underneath. Shot clock violation.
I'm not going to say that it was the Mississippi State defense that caused that. It was some inept offensive play on the part of Arkansas. They got themselves into some trouble and some hot water down underneath. Mickelson was trying to get rid of the basketball out there, and they didn't seem to fully understand what they were doing offensively that time. Looks like the Razorbacks have gone to a 2-3 zone.
Back to that trivia question. See, I was thinking like Shaquille O'Neal, but that's not.
I think most people would think that,
but that's not it, huh?
But you'd be wrong.
Wow. I'm going to start thinking of my Kentucky guys.
That would be logical.
This is going to drive me crazy. If I disappear for 5 minutes, you know what I'm doing. I'm hitting the record books.
It's okay. You've left me before. So.
6:38 to play here in the opening half.
Arkansas zones the out of bounds, and of course Mississippi State has to throw it in the back court.
By the way, Moultrie, Larry, 10 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a block here in the first half.
On his way to another double-double.
Bost. Sanchez, the rebound. Arkansas, 1 field goal last 5 minutes. They've had 3 consecutive turnovers. How about the block shot from Bryant?
Bryant from behind. Oh, what a jam. Bryant.
Wow, what a sequence for the senior out of Albany, Georgia.
Terrific block on one end and just a great grab and throw down on the other end.
Abram inside, Wade kicks it back to Sanchez. Little contact at the free throw line. A foul will be on Bost.
Let's go back in a little Bryant highlight tape. Terrific block coming down inside to make sure he gets rid of it. Watch the missed shot. Look at the follow on the right side. Timing was perfect.
Wade buries a 3 off the inbounds play. That's the second 3 for Mardrakus Wade.
You know, for a guy that had a reputation coming out of high school of being a great defender, he's really developed into a great three-point shooter.
5th in the conference in three-pointers made. We told you he's already leading the league in three-point percentage. Averaging double figures, a little shade over 10 points a game for Wade. Steal. Bryant. One out.
Bryant, get your tape ready, buddy. Wade, some kind of play.
Step back 3. And now he grabs the rebound. left it short. Alley-oop to Moultrie. The Bulldogs are playing loose, carefree, and energetic. Sanchez drew the foul.
Let's go back and take a look again on the missed shot by Bosch. Watch him go get it. Side of the rim, his favorite target, Arnett Moultrie. Just throw it up there somewhere around the rim. Two guys do that better than anybody in college basketball. Davis at Kentucky and Moultrie at Mississippi State.
What a luxury if you're a guard to have that. Sanchez at the free throw line, 53% foul shooter. Wendell Lewis back on the floor for the Bulldogs. Sidney takes a break.
Entering the game, 22 Wade, replacing 31 Sanchez.
Marvell Waite back on the floor. Sanchez takes a breather. 4:11 to go here in the opening half.
Arkansas is going to change up a little bit. Mike Anderson going full court now, man to man. Why not? The Bulldogs were just about on the verge of putting this one away early in the first half here. Arkansas doesn't do something drastic. I think it's a good move by Mike Anderson. He comes out of the zone and he goes man to man in his half court.
Steal, pull-up jumper, too strong. And a foul on B.J. Young on a hole on the rebound. I think the look pretty much sums it up right now for Mike Anderson and the Razorbacks. Timeout on the floor, 9-point Bulldog lead.
Fans beginning at halftime, you may purchase your tickets to the Maroon White Spring Game with Superstar Country at Sugarland and the home ticket window in the Upper Concourse. Join us April 19th through 22nd for Super Bowl Week. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Energy. Energy, the power of people. Bulldog fans, please turn your attention to center court. Mississippi State University and Bulldog Sports Properties would like to thank AT&T for their support of Bulldog basketball this season. For every free throw the Bulldogs have made this year, AT&T has made a contribution to the MSU Scholarship Fund. Kristen Gregory, store manager for AT&T of Starkville, is presenting athletics director Scott Strickland.
Mississippi State up by 9, 3:52 to go in the opening half, and it's already been a party of sorts on senior day here. So let's call it a block party.
Tell you what, Mississippi State getting a lot of blocking done down inside, and they've been able to convert a number of those blocks into points.
As you notice, they've kept those blocks in play. Well, time to revisit our Toyota trivia question, and Arnett Moultrie leads the league with 17 double-doubles, but who holds the record in this league for double-doubles in a season? I think I've got it. DeMarcus Cousins of Kentucky might be one. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. So correct, leave me alone if I'm wrong, Larry.
You got it.
And Lawrence Roberts.
Roberts of Mississippi State.
How about that?
Yep.
All right.
I probably would have reached Cousins. I'm not sure I would have gotten Roberts. I would have missed on that one.
Good thing I had that media guy near me today.
Arkansas goes back into that zone defense. They match up out of this.
Here's Scott. Right into Wade's hands. P.J. Young just lost the handle and kicked it. Call that an E5.
You know, once in a while that'll happen to him. You know, you talked about earlier about his assists and his turnovers, and the turnovers will gradually diminish over his career. But he does have that happen to him occasionally. They have 2 or 3 times during the game where he'll turn the ball over.
And foul on Wade underneath. That'll be his first. 14 fouls against the Bulldogs, 16 fouls against Arkansas, and even 3 minutes to go in the first half. And as well as Mississippi State has played for the most part this half, Arkansas hasn't let them get away, but they got to be careful here in the final 3 minutes.
Mississippi State again back in their 2-3 zone. You'll see Arkansas attack. They'll run a cutter through to the corner. Come out, establish the wing, make sure they've got somebody on that point. Young running it out there. Good ball movement, good coverage by Mississippi State, shutting down, closing out the shooter.
Scott inside. Abel, he's working hard. He's fouled and will step to the free throw line. So that effort for naught as some free throws coming up for the Hogs.
Boy, Abram did some work down there, didn't he? He was battling almost every Mississippi State Bulldog underneath the basket there, and he still was able to come up with it. He'll get a couple of free throws right now.
Abram, another one of those talented freshmen to build upon for Arkansas.
You know, he had a stat this year. I still can't believe it. He had 12 offensive rebounds against Connecticut. I mean, lots of guys don't even get 12 rebounds in a season. He got 12 offensive rebounds against Connecticut.
16 total rebounds in that game to go along with his 8 points. My question is, you only have 8 points, you had 12 offensive rebounds.
I know, he's kicking it out.
He'll learn. Go back up with it.
Another one of those good freshmen we were talking about earlier. Arkansas has been able to corral.
Bryant's had a really good first half for Mississippi State.
And Mike Anderson continues to change defenses. He's back into his man-to-man. Forces Mississippi State to re-examine what they're going to do offensively.
Sidney spins, foul. Mitchell will pick up his second.
You know, if Sidney's working hard to get open underneath, you got to get him the basketball. Because there's so few people in this league, because of his wide body, that can guard him. He catches it and he makes that maneuver like that. You won't find many people in college basketball that will be able to stop him.
DeVos getting another breather for Rick Stansberry's club. This Bulldog team trying to get to the NCAA tournament. Haven't been there the last 2 years. They are just hanging on right now. Still in the picture, but can't afford a defeat here. They'd have to do some real damage at the SEC tournament. Madden off the front of the iron. Moultrie, another rebound. He's got 7 of those to go along with his 12 points.
He is a joy to watch in rebounding. I never thought I'd say that about a guy that just rebounds. Well, he doesn't just rebound, but he's a great rebounder. Makes his way across the lane. He goes and gets rebounds.
And then does things like that.
Solid player. NBA, you're going to get a great player when he makes up his mind to go up there.
That's a 6'11", 250-pound junior. P.J. Young poked out of there by Sidney. Tapped around by Mitchell. That won't go. Rick Stansberry wants a timeout. It's the use it or lose it timeout, and he will use it. Watch Arnett Moultrie, Larry. It's just impressive.
The nice maneuver underneath with the left hand. Fully realizing there's a chance that Brandon Mitchell might block it. Moultrie wouldn't even give him the opportunity. He went to the other side and laid it up with the left hand with a little reverse English.
You know, it might be a stretch, but when I watch him play and I see the way he moves at his size at 6'11", and he's working on that jump shot. Rick Stansbury told us that he has that 17, 18-foot shot. He works on it every day. He reminds me a little bit of Kevin Garnett, the way he moves and flows. And if he can get that jump shot, he's a player that can do the same kind of things, I think.
Well, I'm not sure he has that quickness that Garnett had coming out of school. I mean, Garnett was, for his size, I mean, he was really, really good.
He was a freakish type.
Oh, yeah. What freakish is the proper word.
Yeah.
But Moultrie certainly is in that vein. I mean, he has the possibility of being able to do that. I mean, as the season has gone along, and we knew he was good early on because we were told how good he was, but he's just been fun to watch as the season has progressed because I think he gets better as the season goes on. Arkansas once again back into their man-to-man defense.
Here's Bryant, steps back. Boy, he's had a tremendous first half. The senior now with 9 points.
Arkansas needs a bucket here in the worst way. Something positive to take to the locker room.
7 seconds to go before intermission. Here's B.J. Young. B.J. long three off the bottom of the rim. Sidney holds on to it, and the first half comes to a close, and a standing O for the home team as they lead by 14. Bryant with 9, Moultrie with 14, and the Bulldogs playing with some definite energy on both ends of the floor.
They've done a lot of good things in this first half. Mississippi State has struggled a little bit with depth. Was put out of the lineup with that knee problem. But they certainly played a great first 20 minutes here.
We'll come back with our State Farm halftime report. Stay with us.
This is Ford Truck Month, and time to join the stampede. A force made up of the hardest working, best-selling trucks in America. Only Ford F-Series gives you the most payload, towing, and the best fuel economy. See your local Ford dealer during Truck Month and join the stampede. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the video board for a very special video presentation.
And welcome back to the State Farm halftime show here at Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville, Mississippi. As the SEC regular season wrapping up this weekend, and Dave Neal alongside my partner Larry Conley. In the first half, Arkansas shoots 32%, Mississippi State shoots 48%. Pretty impressive performance by the Bulldogs.
A couple of things in that first half. We had so few fouls. We only had a total of 12 fouls called in that first half. And Arkansas was not able to turn Mississippi State over, something Mississippi State has done a lot this year. Arkansas has not been able to do that tonight. Bulldogs played a great 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was impressive. And Bryant had 9. Moultrie had 14. Those two guys certainly put on a performance. Now, this game is critical in terms of where teams will fall out. Mississippi State could end up a 6 seed. They could end up a 9 seed, but so much has to happen around the league. Let's get you caught up on some of the scores from around the conference today. And a big one, Tennessee and Vandy going on in Nashville. And Knoxville, excuse me, and Tennessee up by 7 in the second half there. Earlier today, Georgia beat South Carolina. South Carolina, the 12th seed for sure. And Ole Miss, Alabama, 55-50. That one's in the second. Auburn beats LSU by 15. And tomorrow, a showdown between Kentucky and Florida. Of course, Kentucky already locked up the #1 seed. They're gunning for only the 3rd unbeaten season in conference play since the league went to a 16-game schedule. An impressive display by Kentucky. Can anybody beat those guys?
Dave, I think it'll be very hard. The way they've been playing right now. I mean, I know they're going to Gainesville down there, but you know, you get out of the lineup for Florida. I thought he was really a key to that basketball team. A great rebounder coming off the bench for Florida. With him not in the lineup and not able to play, it will make it very hard for Florida to beat Kentucky. And going into the SEC tournament, who else could you pick? I mean, I'm not sure there's anybody else you could pick.
Right. I mean, it had to be a monumental upset, certainly. Let's take a look at our SEC standings and show you kind of how it breaks down 1 through 12. Of course, first year we haven't done divisions in basketball since the league expanded to 12 teams back in 1991-92. And with that, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Florida, and Tennessee possibly have a chance to be all Eastern Division teams to be 1 through 4 if things fall the right way in the seeds, which is amazing. And you can see why some of the coaches in the league wanted this format 1 through 12.
You know, Dave, there's a possibility, and I'm not going to say it's going to happen, if Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, and Vandy all ended up in 10 and 6, Tennessee would be the #2 seed. Yeah. I mean, that is incredible considering where they were in January. Cuonzo Martin has done a terrific job at coaching that team this year. They have been really, really good.
Well, Tennessee has certainly done a great job since the first of the year under Cuonzo Martin, playing the kind of defense he was hoping to have in November and December. Certainly a lot to play for in the upcoming SEC tournament in New Orleans. We'll come back, have more from Starkville to up. It's halftime between the Bulldogs and the Hogs.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for what you do for Mississippi State University, and I'll ask you, if you will, over the next half a century, to continue to do the same.
We continue on with the State Farm halftime show here at Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville. Dave Neal alongside my partner Larry Conley. Busy day around Starkville. Baseball, softball, everything else going on Certainly a busy time, to say the least. But as we wrap up the SEC basketball season, we're watching this Mississippi State team give us a glimpse of what could have been and perhaps what can be down the road.
Well, I think they're preparing themselves well for the Southeastern Conference tournament. This is a basketball team I don't think I would want to play, at least in the first 2 games.
No question. When they play at this level, there aren't many teams that can beat them. Let's take a look at our Better State Farm recap. We looked at some highlights early on, and it was a lot of Bulldogs.
And D-Boss getting it started for Mississippi State down underneath with a nice layup. And again, watch Moultrie go to the other side and dunk it. He had a good first half. Good follow-up right here again by Boss, delivering to his favorite target. Moultrie with a good catch and jam. The blocks were big. Moultrie got the first one, got it rolling, slaps it away, keeps it in play. And then again, what's Sidney doing his work? Bernardo Sidney having a good first half too. And then Bryant comes in from behind, and Bryant had a terrific first half for Mississippi State.
Averaged just shy of 7 points a game, and he finished up with 9 in the first 20 minutes. Time for our State Farm marquee matchup, and for that, certainly the matchup that we wanted to see tonight hasn't really unfolded like we thought. B.J. Young not much of a factor. Mardrakus Wade a couple of threes, and Arnett Moultrie has done what we expected.
Yeah, the Mississippi State defense is really focused on Wade. They want to shut him down from the outside. He got 2 3-point field goals, and that was good enough for them right now. They need more. Right now, Arnett Moultrie having another game, well on his way to another double-double.
Already with 17 on the year. Arnett Moultrie has scored in a variety of ways, including this one. Back with more in a moment.
Bulldog fans have to reach home game this season. Show your ticket stub at Umi Japanese Steakhouse and Sushi Bar. Receive 15% off. Offer valid 72 hours after each home game. Umi, Highway 12, next to Sports Center. Sonic is proud to be the official drive-in of the Southeastern Conference. Visit thisishowyousonic.com.
It's here, the new Bulldog Coalition. Joining up is easy. Just opt in when you attend your first Bulldog Coalition event or online at truemaroon.msstate.edu. Then just swipe your student ID, go to events, earn points, get free stuff. Every event you attend, boost the points and qualify you for prizes. Plus, your coalition points become Bulldog Club points when you graduate. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support your Mississippi State. Opt in to the Bulldog Coalition today.
State Farm halftime show. Dave Neal, Larry Conley, Mississippi State with their largest lead of the game, 37-23. Gut check time for the Hogs. See what they have in store. Maybe B.J. Young can get it going. The team's leading scorer. Back with the second half in a moment. Moments away from second half basketball here in Starkville. 14-point lead for this Mississippi State club. Take a look at our State Farm first half statistics, and Mississippi State shot it so well, 48%. They were over 50 most of the first 20 minutes. They out-rebounded Arkansas. Look at the points in the paint, Larry. That's just dominating.
Well, and it really comes from two guys, although a lot of folks got involved in that first half, particularly Brian Bryant. He had a terrific first half. Bench points in favor of Arkansas, but they just didn't get enough of them. Razorbacks didn't shoot the ball very well in the first half, and that's what they did well to beat Mississippi State in that first outing, the first conference game of the year for both of these teams. Mike Anderson needs a little bit more offense. They've got to turn it up, and usually when they try to do that, it's their defense that gets their offense rolling. We'll see how it goes here in this last 20 minutes.
Boy, how things have changed. In the first meeting, Arkansas had 46 points in the paint. Mississippi State only 28. Bulldogs have 24 points in the paint after 20 minutes.
Well, your research staff really got it together in a hurry there.
I'm one-man research department.
Nice cut.
Bryant back the other way. Pulls up off the backboard. He is having a fantastic final regular season game in his Mississippi State career here in the Hump.
Does that put him in double figures? I think it does.
He's got 11.
Yeah.
Mitchell gets the start here in the second half.
Defensively, Mississippi State back in their man-to-man defense. They played a lot of zone in the last 8 minutes of that first half. Some problems for Arkansas.
Shot clock at 5. Madden trying to find a little room. Young's going to have to let it go. At the horn.
Nicely done that time. He got around Steele, who I thought was going to kind of pick his pocket, but he got away from him with a nice dribble, and that got him open from about 12 feet.
What I like about Young is the fact there aren't a whole lot of guys in the league that can create their own shot in situations like that. Young is one of those guys. Here's Scott back the other way. Ricky to the basket. And it looks like he's slow to get up. Might have hurt that right leg. Bryant all the way to the rim. 13 for the senior. His 7th game in double figures. Shot clock again, dips under 10. Young will fire. Got it.
Yeah, he's getting it in gear now. Back-to-back baskets for Arkansas. Maybe he can get that offense rolling. He can't do it by himself, though. Again, put that pressure. Nice job by Scott.
Gets the steal and the basket.
They come right back with it again.
And a push against Arkansas.
Dave, how many times in all the years that we have done basketball, when Nolan Richardson was coaching, Mike Anderson was the assistant, when they get a basket, all of a sudden they throw, it looked like 12 guys out there on defense, and they would just come after you like you couldn't do anything with the ball. That's what it looked like right there.
Those last 30 seconds certainly reminiscent of that time. Problem is they need 40 minutes of it, not 30 seconds. Steele will give it back to DeBost.
man defense by Arkansas now. A little bit more pressure on the ball. Denying the first pass, working the post. Good screen by Moultrie.
Boss bumped up high. B.J. Young will pick up that personal foul. That'll be his third. And Julysses Nobles off the bench in a hurry, and Young will have to take a seat. That is not good news for Arkansas, as it looked as though B.J. Young started to find a little rhythm here in the second half.
Got two very quick buckets here to get Arkansas moving in the right direction, and now he goes to the bench.
Boy, Wade and DeBoss bumping shoulders like they're a defensive back and a wide receiver on a post pattern.
Mickelson with a good block. 70th of the year. In most circles, that'd be really good in the league, but not this year.
Wade. Boss the rebound. Threw it right into the hands of Mardrakus Wade. Up to Madden. Madden. The tap by Mitchell won't go. Sidney the rebound.
One of the things Rick Stansberry said in practice yesterday, he says, I want us going up and down. I want us to be under control, and I want to play a fast-paced game, but don't get out of control. At this point right now, I think Arkansas is starting to get him in that direction.
Moultrie was out of control. He heard me compare his game to Kevin Garnett, and he wanted to show me a little something. Sidney the rebound.
It's all about you, Dave.
Everybody kind of sucking wind right now. We haven't had a whistle in a while. Game has slowed down dramatically in the last 45 seconds. Sidney. Saved by Bryant. Right to steal.
I'll tell you what a highlight tape he could put together in this game. Brian Bryant.
Moultrie. .16 for Arnett. Timeout, Arkansas. B.J. Young had 5 quick points, but then picked up his third foul and had to go to the bench. But it's been Arnett and Moultrie today. 16 big ones for the Bulldogs.
This spring, there's a new kind of pilgrimage, one seeking the new South experience. Grab a seat in the Our State Study Hall of Southern Culture. From once-in-a-lifetime concerts to award-winning fine art and a few stolen bases. Join us for the Savor Our South series, 6 weekends in Starkville. Find out more at visit starkville.org/savor3.
Back at Humphrey Coliseum here in Starkville. Dave Neal, Larry Conley. Glad you could join us for a little SEC basketball. And at halftime today, a great moment. One of the all-time legends in the Southeastern Conference. He didn't play, but you certainly heard his voice. Jack Crystal from 1953 to 2011, the voice of the Bulldogs, honored at halftime. An emotional day. I went out to shake his hand before the game today, and you know what? He did give me a big old hug. Great day for Jack Crystal. As we take a look at our State Farm player profile. That's right, Jack, a player today. Called over 1,500 games for the Bulldogs, and you see some of the memorable moments, including that Final Four back in 1996. And all smiles today, standing ovation, and one of his great lines at the end of a Bulldog victory was, "You can wrap it in maroon and white." There he is, enjoying the festivities. Not a lot of days that Jack sat in the stands and watched the Bulldogs play. It's got to be strange.
I was wondering about that, because he's always been at the up in the football booth or down on the sideline in basketball. Great guy. Sit and visit with and tell a lot of stories. Mississippi State back in that 2-3 zone again. Arkansas working that perimeter.
Moultrie with a steal. Boy, think about the era of Kaywood Ledford and Jack Crystal and Larry Munson and John Ward. I mean, just this league was blessed for years to have some of the best voices in all of college athletics.
And, of course, John Ferguson, who was the voice of LSU football and basketball. So many good ones. Do you think they'll talk about us 25, 50 years from now?
Not a chance. I'll talk about you. Jack Crystal enjoying this one as his Bulldogs are up 13. Timeout on the floor. SEC College Basketball is brought to you in part by Ford. SEC College Basketball is brought to you in part by Ford and by Motel 6. Mississippi State up 13 over Arkansas. Bulldogs trying to win one here to close out the regular season. Some regular seasons have already been completed. Georgia beats South Carolina today. Ole Miss over Alabama in Oxford. And Auburn beats LSU by 15. And how about that score on the right? Tennessee holds off Vandy in Knoxville. And you look at the standings, and there is a chance. There is a chance now if Kentucky beats Florida that Tennessee could finish second and be the #2 seed at the SEC tournament next week.
Vandy, I know, with a disappointing loss today, but Tennessee has played so well at home this year. Going to be a good time in New Orleans. I think the locals down there call it New Orleans.
Something like that.
Something,
Right.
something close.
You put a little Georgia twang on that. Loose ball right into the hands of Moultrie.
How about that pass by Sidney? Brian having just a career day.
His career high, or season high, is 17. He's had it twice this season. He's sitting on 15 right now.
A lot of time to play, too.
Madden knocks down a 3. They're going to need more of that in a hurry. 13-10 to go in this one.
Arkansas not out of this game, but they have got to get some stops against Mississippi State. They've not been able to turn the Bulldogs over. They only have 5 turnovers so far all day today.
Foul is on 25 Mitchell. His third personal foul. Team scored. Arnett Moultrie.
Mitchell picks up his 3rd foul. That'll be the 4th team foul. Arnett Moultrie to the line. Moultrie's got 16 points and 9 rebounds. Give him 17. He's 5 out of 5 at the line as well. I told you, there are a lot of big guys in this league, Larry, that are costing themselves 4, 5, 6 points every game because they can't make free throws. Moultrie, the other side of that coin, a 77% foul shooter.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to pay big dividends, and I mean in a big way when he goes to the next level.
Yes.
Mississippi State again back in their 2-3 zone. Arkansas perimeter passing.
Long fall away by Mickelson. Here's Hood off to Steele. Got it.
They got it going today. Mississippi State on all cylinders. Mississippi State averages about 7 threes a game, which is 4th best in the conference. Florida obviously the leader. In fact, they lead the nation.
Scott fires. Mickelson the offensive rebound. Off to Mitchell. Kicks it back out to Wade. Madden inside. Little floater.
Nice.
Kind roll.
Mississippi State's zone defense broke down a little bit. He found a gap and got it inside. Moss trying to find a way to penetrate down inside. Good job defensively that time by Ricky Scott.
It is all Bulldogs. Steele with back-to-back threes. It's a 19-point game.
But the 3-ball has come into play in this second half.
This is knocked out of bounds. Ron Gruber says it's still Arkansas basketball. There is a timeout on the floor. The Bulldogs rolling along now. They have taken a 14-point halftime lead. It's now 19.
award-winning chef Tai Tim's newest casual restaurant, Jordan's Creek Tavern. Located on Main Street in Restaurant Thailand. Show your ticket stub. Get 25% off your meal.
The chant of "Let's Go State." And they have certainly gone. They have gone to a 19-point lead. 10:48 to go here in the contest. Time for our Regions Bank play of the game. And Arnett Moultrie with a nice bounce pass. Sidney to a nice bounce pass to Mr. Bryant, who's having an outstanding senior day.
How about Renardo Sidney with that big assist right there? 12 assists on the day for Mississippi State on 20 baskets. Usually it's Arkansas that's the club that's leading with assists. They average 14 a game, which is second best in the league. But today it's Mississippi State delivering the pass on cue, on time, and in the right place.
Renardo Sidney today, 5 rebounds. He's got 4 points, sits on the bench, takes a break. He's played pretty well today. I think his effort level has been there for the most part. I think he's been conscious of the open guy. I mean, he could be a key for them in the postseason. There's no doubt. If Sidney comes to play, this is a different ball club. And a foul on B.J. Young, and that'll be number 4 on B.J.
You know, sometimes you think you can get away with something in a crowd. Most of the time, those guys with those striped shirts out there are going to find it. Take a look at B.J. Young right here underneath. He just grabbed him by the jersey.
Not a smart foul.
And he had just gotten back in.
Boss kicks it back out to Steele, who has a couple of threes. DeBost has had a relatively quiet game. 5 points, 5 rebounds. He does have 4 assists. Off the foot of an Arkansas player. Bulldogs will have it 6 on the shot clock. But the Bulldogs' all-time leading assist man, now in the top 10 in the history of the Southeastern Conference in assists, is DeBost.
Nice job that time by Steele. Jalen Steele burying another 3.
3 threes in a row for Steele. He has 9 consecutive points. It's a 22-point game.
Makes you wonder how Mississippi State ever lost 5 games in a row.
Yes, it does. And I'm sure Rick Stansberry's asked that question a few times himself. Shot clock at 2. Scott has to let it go. Too strong. Tapped around. Moultrie tapped it right to Abram. 3-2 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Here's Hood on a little run out. Off to Wendell Lewis. Got the friendly roll.
If you're going to trap, you got to have somebody back. Mississippi State had numbers 3 on 2. Once they broke the press, nothing the Razorbacks could do. How about the points in the paint right there? Bulldogs by 20, plus 20.
Mardrakus Wade, knocks down his 3rd 3. Steele hit and fouled. So Jalen Steele will step to the free throw line 3 free throws on the way for Steele, who has come alive here in the second half.
Go back and take a look again. Nice catch, good finish. Catch it and get rid of it before the defense can close you out. That's what good shooters do. They get ready to shoot.
I think that's one of the reasons that John Jennings at Vanderbilt is so dangerous, is because his ability to shoot it so quickly, you don't have time to get on him.
I don't think there's anybody in the conference that's quicker at receiving the ball and then letting it go to the basket than Jenkins. He is just unbelievable.
Mitchell to the bench. Mitchell's played quite a few minutes here the last couple of games and played pretty well the last 2 games. Takes a break now, but he had 10 points in a win over Auburn, 8 again a loss to Ole Miss. So Jalen Steele with 12 points. They've all come in the second half, and they've all come in the last few minutes. He has scored 12 straight for the Bulldogs. Hood has the basketball. Knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Mississippi State.
I asked Rick Stansberry yesterday about Hood. I said, where is he? 50%, 60%? He says, probably 75%. He says, I hope by next week when we head to New Orleans that he's going to be ready to go 100%. Let's get him a little playing time here today. He played a little bit against South Carolina.
Bothered by a tweaked knee. The alley-oop reverse slam. That'll get the home folks on their feet.
It got me on my feet.
20 points for Arnett Moultrie. DeBost with 6 assists.
Watch this, folks. Back to the basket. I know where the rim is.
His head almost hit it.
What a great catch. Well, Boss laid it up there for him perfectly. The perfect setup, the perfect finish.
It's the 10th 20-point game of the year for Arnett Moultrie. He was held to an SEC low 9 points in their first meeting with the Hogs, making up for that point production this afternoon. Mississippi State, by the way, 9-0 when Moultrie scores 20 points in a game. Wade. That won't go. Abram, big offensive rebound. He's fouled and has some free throws coming up. That'll take us to our underage timeout. It has been all Bulldogs. (64-40). Bulldogs cruising along, looking for their 21st win of the season. Take a look at our SEC standings, and you see Tennessee creeping up now with their win over Vanderbilt today. Depending on the outcome of the Kentucky-Florida game tomorrow, if Florida loses that game, there will be a three-way tie at 10-6, and Tennessee wins the tiebreakers. And on the other side of that coin, Vanderbilt would finish third, and Florida would end up fourth in all the tiebreakers. Time for our Wendy's first, and of course Kentucky will win the SEC and has won the SEC regular season. The women also won the regular season championship. It's the first time in school history both the men's and women's team finished #1 in the same season. It's also happened one other time. In 2006, LSU was able to do it with their men and women finishing first in the Southeastern Conference.
It was the year LSU went to the Final Four, their men's team. You know who got hurt today was Alabama. They got they have to play on that first day now. I mean, they got eliminated from that top 4 where you don't have to play.
Ole Miss with a big win at home. Talk about a team that was a roller coaster ride all season long. There's one for you.
They had 2 big wins this week, though. That win against Arkansas, coming back in that second half the way they did in Fayetteville was amazing. Down to pick up a win against Alabama.
On the road at Arkansas, where the Hogs have been so good. Approaching 7 minutes to go. Over to Hood. Back to Bost. He'll fire for 3. Wait, fouled by Wendell Lewis on the rebound. It looks as though Steele might have got popped in the nose.
Wendell Lewis, his 3rd personal foul, team 2nd.
Well, Mississippi State hot in the second half. 68% right now. Just in the second half.
And Waith fouled underneath by Wendell Lewis. A couple of quick fouls on Wendell. That'll be his 4th.
Nice penetration by Young that time. He got the ball down inside and got the ball in the right position to be able to draw the foul.
Larry, if Mississippi State's able to win here, they would lock up the 6th spot in the SEC tournament, and they would face the 11th seed in what would be the late game on Thursday night. Here's Young. B.J. Young with 4 fouls, steps on the sideline. Boy, it has just not been P.J. Young's day. Team's leading scorer. He's had a couple of moments, but foul trouble has really limited him in this one today. 7 points, 3 out of 6. A couple of turnovers and 4 fouls.
Lewis with a good screen for Bost. Oh, he threw it in. He was trying to lob it, and he threw it in.
Arnett Moultrie getting a good laugh out of that. Running back down the floor.
You know things are going well for you when you try a lob and you throw it nothing but the bottom of the net.
Moultrie with the takeaway. Moultrie still chuckling over the alley-oop pass from D. Bost.
Back, take a look. What's Bost right here? He just tosses it up there, and Moultrie says, well, why did you do that? Because I want the basket. Great combination, those two, all season long.
Moultrie fought 3. Shot clock at 3. Bost, little floater. How about that? B. Bost now with 9.
got 6 assists, so the league's leading assist man has not hurt his average today.
Won't go for Wade. Rebound to Bost. Rico Haidar battling DeBost. And a foul.
That was on Arkansas's 20. Haidar, first personal foul.
On Haidar, that'll be his first. Larry, let me ask you about Arkansas. Obviously, this is a team that, you know, in the middle of January, we thought had a chance for a chance to get to the NCAA tournament. And they just couldn't win on the road until last week. They took down Auburn, but yet they just never really got it clicking. What's the next step for this Arkansas team?
You know, I talked to Mike Anderson a little bit about that yesterday. I mean, they were really on a roller coaster ride from about the middle of January till today here in Starkville. And part of it has to do with the fact that not having Marshawn Powell around, I think, really hurt them, because I thought he was the best player they had coming back. He played 2 games. Mike Anderson didn't have him available for the rest of the season, and hopefully he's back and healthy next year, which really puts this Arkansas squad in a great situation. But they just need more offensive help. I mean, they're getting it from Young. Young's done a terrific job. Mardragus Wade has got to be more than just a three-point shooter. He's got to do more than just to shoot the three-point field goal.
You know, I look at it like this when you mentioned Powell. Imagine taking Arnett Moultrie off this Mississippi State team. That's a similar comparison.
I would agree with that.
4:40 to go. It has been just a fantastic day for the Bulldogs. B.J. Young, the ball fake, knocks down the shot. Now, if he can play more than 20 minutes, he might have a shot in this game, but the foul trouble has just killed B.J. Young today.
Gives you some example of just how good a shooter he is when he gets himself set. You really do have to guard him. He's great at squaring up, the shoulders, the hands, the head, everything moving in the right direction toward the rim.
DeBost, deep 3.
Talk about having them going in the right direction. Young's just getting started. Bost has been doing that for 4 years.
That's 14 for D. The 3.
They're probably starting to find it from long range right now.
DeBost and Brian Bryant. A couple of seniors playing their final regular season home game, and they both played spectacularly well. In the first half, Bryant was fantastic. Bryant has 15 in the game, had 9 in the first half. Here's Hill, no good. DeBost had 5 at the half. He has 9 here in the second half. And Mardragus Wade knocks down a 3. And that'll take us to immediate timeout as Wade gets the neck stuck on the rim. 2:43 to play in this one. DeBost, what a career. The school's all-time leading assist man, 8th all-time leading scorer, 3rd in steals. What a career.
As the pinball extra promise one, Julysses Bulldog F150 is the only truck tough enough to be the official truck of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Here's the Ford built tough play of the game. Mississippi's premier sporting and outfitter. Visit Sports Center, X-Team Sports 7 days a week and start on the Nexus. All right, Bulldog fans, let's make some noise.
back inside Humphrey Coliseum. A lot of Bulldog fans on hand. And how about that? We'll give the youngsters Yo Charlie's fan of the game. That is Bulldog paraphernalia out. It's been a good day to be a Bulldog fan. Mississippi State lost 5 in a row and nearly lost 6 in a row. They had to go to overtime against South Carolina, and Brian Bryant hit the game winner in overtime as time expired off an inbounds pass, and he finished with 16 points. Otherwise, it would have been a 6-game losing streak, and probably hopes of the NCAA tournament slipping right through their hands.
For Rick Stansbury's club, this is a big momentum builder. I mean, now they've got back-to-back wins heading to New Orleans. Just waiting to find out who they're going to play.
Quick update on some seeds that are already set. Kentucky #1. Alabama 5. Mississippi State 6. Ole Miss will be 7. Arkansas will be 8. 9 will be LSU. 10 Auburn. 11 Georgia. And 12 South Carolina. As DeBost adds to his point total. Wendell Lewis gets it off to DeBost. Bost has scored the last 11 points for the Bulldogs. And now has the assist to Hood. So DeBost. Wendell Lewis, the Motel 6, 6th man of the game. 6 points. Knocked down his free throws. But DeBost, 1,608 points. 85 double-figure scoring games. 614 assists and 191 steals in the young man's career. And actually lost a couple of teeth last year in the process. I mean, he got popped pretty good. Had to go to the dentist. Still came back and played. And here's a nice ovation for Brian Bryant, the senior out of Albany, Georgia, with an outstanding day with 15 points, 3 assists. Abram knocks down the free throw. Bryant in the last 2 games, 14 of 17 from the field for 31 points.
He definitely has been hot, and it's nice to have a senior to go with Bost out there. There's 2 pretty good guys on the perimeter to have play out there. And Moultrie and Sidney down inside. Like I said, this is not a team I would want to play in the tournament.
Huzak had his shot blocked by Mickelson. And listen to the... Well, I thought they were going to substitute for DeBost, but it's Rodney Hood. Maybe D has one more shot before he heads to the bench. Cunningham, who sang the national anthem today brilliantly,
magnificently, I might add.
Number 24 for the Bulldogs. Luzak fires and connects. He's a senior.
Captain of the team. Nice move by B.J. Young that time.
Timeout taken by Rick Stansbury. And listen to the ovation for DeBost as he walks off this court, perhaps for the last time.
Lusak with a nice jump shot right there. Didn't play many minutes, but he had a chance to get that one in. He was actually a teammate of Jimmer Fredette up in New York in high school. And of course, the one thing about him in watching him play, I talked to him before the game today, he speaks Mandarin Chinese fluently. Now, what does that have to do with anything in basketball? Nothing, except I think this guy is going to be all right with his career, whatever he chooses to do.
Back to Boss. Just swinging around. Parker off the bench. That won't go. And a tie-up. And let's see if DeBost calls it a day. A young man that was hardly recruited out of high school. Rick Stansbury saw something in the young man out of Concord, North Carolina after his junior year, and he went to prep school for a year before coming to Mississippi State. But Rick Stansbury, one of the first guys to really believe in the young man, could play at this level. And here he is, a record setter for the Bulldogs. B.J. Young with the layup.
It's a real success story. I mean, it's a good story between a coach and player. Somebody that had a belief in him, and he certainly has lived up to expectations.
B.J. Young back the other way. B.J. adding to his point total. And that'll do it. What a game for Mississippi State. They shoot 52% from the floor. 15 of 17 at the line. This club, if they play like this, will be a tough out in the postseason. Next stop for the Bulldogs, New Orleans. Arkansas will head back home for a few days before they make their way to New Orleans and try to come up with some answers and try to win some games at the 2012 edition of the SEC basketball tournament. We'll come back here from some of the participants. 79-59, the Dogs win it.
I got you. Got you.